Germany, Illinois, India, Indiana, Iowa, Jamaica, Kentucky, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, the Netherlands, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, my home state, Pennsylvania, Poland, Romania, Russia, South Korea, Virginia, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. Wow. All I can say is wow. So, we have somebody else that would like to welcome you to the First Tech Challenge here. This gentleman is the co-chair of the First Executive Advisory Board, and he is your FTC Championship Co-Judge Advisor. Please welcome Mr. Kevin Ross.
Who loves this whole gracious professionalism thing? Do you like that? I do too. I think it is the key secret sauce that makes First work. I also, let me tell you a little bit about myself just really quickly. I have a degree in computer science. I used to work for Microsoft, and I'm now a full-time First volunteer, and I play professional poker when I'm not doing that. That'll become important in just a sec, because I want to talk to you about why First is going to make you lucky. So, think about luck for a second. Is luck always random chance? No, it isn't. And it turns out that luck
Речь волонтера First, программиста, сотрудника Microsoft.
You can make yourself lucky, and in fact, I could claim that by being a part of the First Tech Challenge and being part of First, you have made yourself especially lucky. Because
Говорит об удаче, о том, что это не просто случайность, а о том, что каждый человек делает себя удачливым сам. И участие в соревнованиях First в том числе является удачей. На соревнованиях First вы создаете для себя новые возможности.
So I got knocked out of the World Series of Poker one year. Yeah. So I went home early. I got knocked out because of random chance. 2 cards flipped up. I was sitting in the airport wearing a First logo, and somebody walked past and saw that First logo and sat down and talked to me. He was a mentor from San Diego, an electrical engineer. He was looking to hire some electrical engineers. But a couple of minutes later, another younger person walked by who was a freshly graduated student from college.
Он говорит о том, насколько разные волонтеры First от профессиональных инженеров-электронщиков до студентов.
But there is a case where my getting knocked out of a poker tournament early resulted in random chance happening, and that young man was able to take advantage of his experiences in First, his experiences with the community, and his knowledge in order to have an opportunity to take advantage of. So, I've seen this in other instances. First will make you lucky if you let it. How can you best capitalize on that? When you graduate, when you are talking to people, when you are applying for jobs, when you're applying for college, you need to be telling people about your First experience. You need to be very vocal about it, make sure that people know about it, and that will end up connecting you to our great, big, huge network of people. So,
Вы должны объединяться с другими людьми в сообщество и работать вместе. И First в этом вам поможет.
Knows that you're a part of First, and especially after you've graduated, don't forget about First. You should continue to talk about it and you will find yourself developing all sorts of really great opportunities for yourself. Does that make sense? All right. So with that, I hope you have a great day and actually a great weekend. This is going to be an awesome event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Now, many of you, well, all the teams here have qualified and competed from across the globe this year. But there are still some people who this may be their first time seeing the First Tech Challenge. And as you know, each year the First Tech Challenge creates a bigger and better game for teams. So we're going to take a look at this year's challenge, First Relic Recovery.
Сейчас нам покажут правила этого сезона для тех, кто вообще не в теме.
Introducing the 2017-2018 First Tech Challenge. First Relic Recovery.
Представляем First Relic Recovery, First Tech Challenge на
A team consists of
2017-2018
2
год.
driver operators, a coach, and a robot. The robot must be built from materials specified in the game manual and fit within an 18-inch sizing cube.
В команде должны быть 2
But after the
оператора и
match
тренер.
starts, it can expand.
Робот должен состоять из доступных
Each
материалов.
match is played with 4 randomly selected teams. 2
Перед
per
стартом
alliance.
помещаться в куб
Your
18
alliance
дюймов,
partner for one
но потом
match
можете
may be your
увеличивать
opponent
размеры.
in another.
Матчи играются
The game is
альянсами из
played
2
on a
команд.
12-foot square
Ваши
playing
партнеры
field with a
в одном
foam
альянсе
tile
могут быть
floor
8
and 1-foot
противниками в
high
следующем
walls.
матче.
2 red balancing stones are mounted on the field.
Очень жаль, у нас перебой с трансляцией.
4 relics are positioned in corners.
Спасибо, First, спасибо, Twitch, за отличное качество трансляции. Очень жаль.
Four brown glyphs are randomly arranged in the glyph pit. These foam blocks are 6 inches square. Red and blue relic recovery zones extend beyond the field toward the audience.
Ну, здесь, в принципе, все достаточно наглядно, я, наверное, даже комментировать не буду.
On opposite sides of the field. Prior to the start of the match, teams must balance their robots on the balancing stones. They can be in any orientation. Teams also preload 1 glyph per robot, selecting either color. Then, field personnel randomize the locations of the jewels. They also randomly select one of 3 pictograph designs and install them on the field walls. Each match begins with a 30-second autonomous period. During the autonomous period, there are a number of ways for teams to score, using only pre-programmed instructions.
Ладно, это объясню. Матч начинается с 30-секундного автономного периода. В автономном периоде роботы двигаются без участия операторов.
Each glyph scored in a crypto box earns the alliance 15 points.
Каждый избитый шар цвета противоположного альянса дает определенное количество очков. Если робот поместит глиф в нужную колонну, он получит дополнительный бонус. Колонна определяется по пиктограмме с помощью камеры телефона.
Following the autonomous period is the 2-minute driver-controlled period. There are a number of ways to score points. Each glyph scored in a crypto box earns the alliance 2 points.
В телеуправляемом периоде каждый глиф приносит 2 очка. Заполненный ряд 10 очков. Заполненная колонна 20 очков.
If an alliance can score 12 glyphs in one of the 6 cipher patterns, it will earn an additional 30 points.
Если глифы положены в определенном порядке, соответствующем рисунку, это дает дополнительные очки. Последние 30 секунд управляемого периода — это эндгейм.
During the end game, teams may reach over the perimeter wall and place a relic in the recovery zone
В
to earn 10,
эндгейме
20,
команды
or
могут
40
помещать
points.
реликвию в одну из 3 зон за пределами
An
поля.
upright relic earns an additional 15 points.
Если она стоит вертикально, дается дополнительные 15 очков.
And finally, each robot balanced on a balancing stone earns their alliance 20 points.
Балансировка робота на камне
There are many ways
дает
to score
дополнительные
points
20
in
очков.
relic recovery, but there are also rules that, if not followed, will award points to your opponents.
Сейчас нам рассказывают о штрафах.
For example, a robot may not control more than 2 glyphs at a time.
Робот не может контролировать больше 2 глифов одновременно.
And robots may not place non-glyph elements into a crypto box.
Робот не может помещать никакие элементы в криптобокс, кроме глифов.
This has been a brief summary of the first relic recovery game. For complete rules, please read the entire game manual, and remember to check the Q&A forum. But remember the most important rule in First Tech Challenge: gracious professionalism.
Главное правило First Tech Challenge — благородный профессионализм.
I have a few important agenda items to share with you ahead of the competition. So we are having our opening ceremonies now. Tomorrow night, Thursday, from 6 to 9 p.m. at Ford Field, we will have our first championship welcome ceremony. It's completely free. All you have to do is bring your ID badge for admission. There will be music, food, one big party, the way that First likes to have parties. So we hope
Завтра
to see you
будет
there.
большая вечеринка.
On Saturday, for
Церемония,
our closing ceremony,
welcome
at the
ceremony.
conclusion of each division finals, we will have our judged award ceremony on fields from 12 to 1:15. Our final matches, where we'll have Edison versus Ochoa, will take place, and the overall first championship closing ceremony will take place at Ford Field. The doors open then
Финальные
at
матчи
4 p.m.
дивизионов и финалы будут проходить непосредственно перед награждением и церемонией
We
закрытия.
recommend, if it's possible, to leave your bags at the hotel. There will be extra security at Ford Field, and backpacks will slow you down. And we want you to celebrate, not
Такая
stand
в
in the
основном
security
информация
line.
для участников.
For loadout on Saturday, and we'll repeat all of this as we go. Just want to make sure while you're all here to let you know, loadout on Saturday. Our line selection will start at about 8 a.m. You can load out at any time starting on Saturday using the loading dock behind me. The easiest way that we recommend is if you have a passenger vehicle, there will be a loadout at the front of the venue between 1:30 and 3:30. Otherwise, you'll have the 128 First Tech Challenge teams and the 400 First Robotics Competition teams to fight for space in the loading dock, so it might be a little cozy. Now, this time, there are some amazing groups of volunteers that I want to introduce to you. First off, our judges. You've met them this morning in
Сейчас я
your
представлю вам
interviews, and they'll
прекрасных
be through the
волонтеров.
pits in the field to
Сперва
find
наши
out more
судьи.
about you through this event. So let's give a big round of applause for our judges.
Аплодисменты нашим судьям.
Next, I want to introduce our field volunteers, and we have a lot of them. We really have the best of the best volunteers here to help you. From our
Мы
field
хотим
technical
представить вам
advisors, the
наших
FTAs,
полевых
our control system advisors, our
волонтеров
CSAs, the
непосредственно на
referees, the
поле,
scorekeepers, the score trackers, the cuers, and the field reset crew.
тех, кто занимается
They are
подсчетом,
all here to make sure the fields are ready to use for
инициализацией
your
поля.
incredible machines. So let's give them a big round of applause.
Давайте поаплодируем им.
And there's one other group of volunteers that oftentimes gets overlooked.
Еще одна
They're helping
группа
maintain the
волонтеров.
order in all of the chaos behind the stands, especially all of those helping with safety glasses and all of our excellent people at pit administration. So let's give them a big round of applause and thanks
Еще одна
to
группа
all of our
волонтеров — это
volunteers.
администраторы технических зон. Они следят за тем, чтобы все были в защитных очках, занимаются администрацией тренировочных полей.
Teams, I want to
И
remind you of a
вы
couple
можете
other
задать им вопросы по
amazing
техническим
things that
зонам.
First does, that I'm sure you've heard time and time again. But as a First alumni, I feel a responsibility to make sure you know this. First is an amazing program. You've played this game all year. Many of you have been involved in the other First programs. Colleges and universities want to have you. They see the skills that you gained through this. This year, there are more than 200 colleges and universities that are offering $50 million in scholarships. Because you're a part of this and they see the cool things that you've done. And it's not just there. There are now companies that see that, well, they want to just hire you or offer you an internship. All of that's available for you as part of this FIRST program. You can learn more about it online at firstinspires.org/alumni, or even better, take a look while you're here this weekend. Go to the Grand Ballroom and check out Scholarship Row. I think we've got at least 24 universities here that want to meet you and want you to come to their university. Also, while you're there, you've got to check out the Innovation Fair. I went over there during lunch today. It is so cool. Ford has an autonomous vehicle. There is a robot that you can play tic-tac-toe against. There is the first Lego League table for next year is already there. Take a look at the Innovation Fair at your lunch breaks. And that's over in the Grand River Ballroom, the opposite end of the Cobo Center here. Finally, I want to share something with all of you. For those of you who are at the East Super Regional, this is a bit repetitive, but that's okay. You've heard Kevin, you've heard Dr. Woody Flowers, you've heard it mentioned in our video. A lot of people talk about gracious professionalism. And I know that in talking with a lot of the teams, you've already internalized that. But I have a challenge for you. I want you to do 4 things this weekend and going forward.
Чтобы вы сделали 4 вещи на этой неделе и дальше.
This is the first championship. You can't advance any place else from here. But I want you to remember everything you've done this season. And it's no small, easy task.
Я хочу, чтобы вы запомнили все, что вы сделали в этом сезоне. Запомните все, что вы сделали правильно, чтобы в следующем сезоне, который начнется в сентябре, быть не менее успешными. Я хочу, чтобы вы были благородными, были профессиональными, были добрыми и получали удовольствие. Вы поняли?
Fantastic. So I have 3 other people I want you to meet. I would like to introduce your championship announcer crew. I have the honor of serving as the Ochoa Master of Ceremonies with your game announcer, Sarah Fogwell.
Ведущий дивизиона
In the
Ochoa.
Edison division, please welcome your Master of Ceremonies, David Price, and game announcer Tom
Прайс, ведущий дивизиона Эдисон.
Good afternoon! Woo!
О, это очень веселый мужик, я его помню.
We can hug.
Oh, this is going to be fun, Dave.
Guys, this is going to be fantastic. I've got Tommy Z over on my field, and when I say Thomas, you say Edison. Thomas! Thomas!
Now, when I say Ellen, you say Ochoa. Ellen! Ellen! Now, with that, I think there's only one way that we can start this. The way that we start everything in FTC. And that's with a party. So teams, are you ready for first relic recovery?
Что сейчас начнутся матчи. Текстовую трансляцию читайте его на lab244.ru, а здесь я оставлю видеотрансляцию. Надеюсь, что Twitch меня простит. Что ж, переходим на трансляцию. Упс, так я не понял. Нам нужна трансляция Ochoa. До начала матча 38 минут. И в первом матче играет русская команда КТМ, единственная русская команда на чемпионате, к сожалению. Мы будем очень пристально следить за этой игрой. И, в принципе, давайте увидимся через 38 минут на lab244.ru.